dope game, what was the main hustle for the kids in the 60s?
For us, for my crew, burglarizing, jacking, and robbing. You know what I mean? We seen it and wanted it, we gonna get it.
For the dime moves and the lokes, for the 6-4s on spokes, for the OGs that did a dime, came back around on parole, for the homegirls with the scrap game, little homies that gang bang, from Pelican Bay to YA, rearrange your mind frame. Yeah, I know what you've been through, shit you had to go tend to. Your mama gave birth on the turf, I know them killers you kin to. This for the lost generation, broke as hell, man.
A lot of, lifting weights, and I was on swole, they start calling me Big Miz.
Original stutter box, East Side 5, who's Pebble on Bishop, Mid City Gangster Bloods.
Kev Mac video, you know, this is for sure. Kev Mac video, open your soul.
This is the beginning.
I ain't gonna pull nobody cope up, but there was a lot of sheep out here in the city that claimed to be wolves. We used to pull their pockets down. I gotta have that. You know what I mean? Burglarizing, robbing. The hustle was rough. But you know what I mean? But like real niggas get money regardless. You know what I mean? And that's how we see it. You know what I mean? We're gonna go get it. You know, then especially all depends on the time period. Then we got into robbing jewelry stores. That was another hustle in the hood. You know what I mean? We're going there bashing, getting that jewelry money too.
Were you at Crenshaw with Ice-T?
Yeah, I was up there with him.
Do you have any memories of this guy?
I used to see him pop locking on the football field, him and Tron them, all at the talent shows and all that. Shiny Shine them and all. I know that whole little crew. They weren't gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? They avoided people like us. You know, because there wasn't no good news when you see us coming. You know, I mean, I might give you a pass. You know what I mean, if I like you. But see, a lot of them, you know, like Gary Mean, them, a lot of them, Michael Carter, them, all the players up there, so they used to fuck with me, but they had to show me how to shoot tees or whatever little hustle to keep the cheat up off of them. Because when the homies come around, you get your pockets pulled out. I'm the only one that could prevent that if I wanted to. You know, but you had C-Dub, you had Fee, you had Moncrief. You know, we had a whole bunch of bullies up in there. You know what I mean?
So when did it go from jacking to the dope game? When did the dope game enter our neighborhood?
Look, talking about cocaine specifically, right?
Yeah, we can go that route.
As far as making money, I mean, it's always been a dope game, whether it was selling PCP, weed, or whatever. You know what I mean? But the real money started with the PCP with some of them that stayed around the corner from me, but we wasn't really into that. You know, my crew, you know, we was still jacking and robbing and stuff. To make a long story short, I'll put it like this. Joe Rat, one of the well-known as rich kids in the block. We was robbing jewelry stores. Me, Nelsy, Johnny and them, all our crew, we was getting money like that. So we was having a whole lot of money and a whole bunch of pimped out cars. So we'd get up at 9 o'clock in the morning, hit the mall or whatever we gonna take down. About 9:05, 10 o'clock, we back in the house. 11 o'clock, we downtown. We cashed out 40, 50, 100,000. You know what I mean? So we come to the hood. Joe was in I remember when Joe, he was on 4th Ave at the liquor store. He had some cocaine. He was like, man, I'm selling cocaine. So what we used to do, we used to go pick up Joe, spend like $300 with him to make sure he had some money, go to Hollywood, take all the niggas on the whole store and do whatever, right? So we went up north. I catch a case up north, trying to meet Joe Rat, that Roddy Page, this other dude named Lenny. You know, the still a quarter gonna hit a jewelry store, right? This was, so I go to jail in December. Joe go to jail in January. After he gets out in March. I know he gets out in February. I call the hood in March. This is 1982, I believe. 82, 83. So 82, 83, I think 83. It was 83. So I call a house on Rudolph House. I'm like, hey man, what's happening? He said, well, I'm talking to him. I said, how Joe doing? I just said, yeah, Joe out. I say, what's happening? He said, man, Joe got 50,000. I'm like, what, 50,000? I said, what he robbed? He said, no, he's selling cocaine. I'm like, cocaine selling like that? He was like, yeah, and he got all the bitches. I hung the phone up. Because, I mean, before I went cocaine,
This is 1982.
82 is 83.
And this is powder they selling, or this is crack?
This is, well, crack was out, but he was started selling powder and crack. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, cocaine was around in the 70s. Because when Stag them used to hit licks, and they was freebasing and all that shit way back then. Throwing that shit on the mirror, calling that shit Christmas trees and all that shit. When I got out the feds in with 80, a nigga out of the feds, when he come on my house, I had to put him out. He got a big ass butane thing. What the fuck is he doing? Shaking like a mother, they was ether basing, right? So
it was cool to freebase back then?
Yeah, because that was a rich man high. Because Stagman was having a lot of money. They was hitting licks, Skull, them all, damn near everybody in the overhills.
Stagalee with the 60s until we go. Pay this money for robbing niggas and right in front of them. He got them hands like Iron Mike. Was frontline in the race wars. He's beating them out of hand. Robbing and shooting, walking and looting. Yeah. Robbing and shooting, walking and looting. Stagalee.
You know what I'm saying? They was having a lot of money. So motherfuckers didn't know. I mean, see, people get their P's mixed up with their B's, right? They think they pioneers when they really buccaneers. See, all the pioneers that started this here was trailblazers, so we didn't have no learning experience. We didn't know what not to fuck with. You feel me? So a lot of people was on their own journey, so you learned as you went. See, now it's a learned behavior. Now the people that come behind us, they can look like, okay, don't take this pitfall, don't take that pitfall. So I never knock a man if I ain't walked in the shoe, especially if he a real nigga and he come up before me, because, you know, he's a trailblazer. You know what I mean? And like for the hood go, you know what I mean? We don't want to trail them blazers that they walk, them trails that they walk down there. We made them trails. The concrete they roll on there, we poured that cement. You know what I mean? We made that shit happen. We don't want to put the attitude over there. You know what I mean? Other than that, if you don't believe that, then why would you even fuck with it? You're not going to fuck with nothing that wasn't already there. You know what I'm saying? And then if you ask anybody where the name Rollin 60s come from, and they tell you some bullshit, ask them why they named it the Rollin 60s. And I bet you they choke up because they can't tell you why. Because they don't know why. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole bunch of other shit. But like I said, I stepped back a long time ago. You know what I mean? Because I be tripping off the, like, niggas glorify rats now. You know what I mean? They cool with rats. You know, niggas they still gonna buy them a beer and keep them pushing. You know what I mean? When I was coming up, 3 things you didn't do. You didn't suck no dick, you didn't give up no ass, and you didn't snitch. You stood as a man for the land. You know what I mean? All that glorifying niggas that talk, I ain't on that. You know, I might be respectful for them, but I'm not gonna fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it's a whole different kind of situation, and a lot of that shit was coming on like, man, I don't know. But the dope game got a lot of niggas rich, but it made a lot of niggas weak. And I ain't talking about just using drugs. I'm talking about far as, you know, how they treat the next man. You know, because now they got selfish or greedy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I seen a lot of niggas in purchase. You know what I mean? Because we had a saying back in the days, nigga, this rip, fuck money. And we had more money than anybody, but we couldn't be bought. You know, we put the land, you know, first. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I kind of like stepped back years ago, way long time ago. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, man, this ain't, you know, I ain't come up like that. You know, because I like niggas sell a nigga out over a bitch when that bitch ain't gonna walk the yard with a nigga. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have your wife, you gonna respect her and treat her like a queen. You know, but some of these guys, that's community property. Some of these people don't even, just a female that's around and niggas taking niggas down. But I mean, I don't want to get into all that, the whole lot, because I mean, you know, everybody played a different role in that hood, man. Everybody ain't a killer. Everybody don't get money. Everybody had their role to play, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna knock the next man. You know what I mean? But one role a nigga should never play over there, or any hood, is a fucking snitch. You know what I mean? Fuck that shit, man. Keep it 100.
I want to ask you something, Slu. When you were at Crenshaw, do you remember Chucky Madison?
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Chuck?
He was one of the Magnificent Seven. That was a little clique. Like a lot of people don't know, Stag and Stacy there. Crip Five.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah, that's my guy.
It's all good.
Yeah, Anthony Madison, that's his brother, Chucky Madison. They was all like Magnificent Seven, hung out with Cutes, them their cousins.
Right.
You know, Mouse them. You know, Rusty, you know.
Was Chuck one of the original Crips at Crenshaw during that time?
I don't know if you call him original. When you say original, I would put Raymond, I would put Tookie, Pookie. These cats that, when they brought it to the west side, the cats said, well, yeah. You put Chuck in there.
Especially at Crenshaw, right? How many Crips were at Crenshaw when you were there? He had to be one of them, right?
No. Chucky wasn't going to Crenshaw.
I got Chuck in the yearbook with you guys. Chucky Madison.
75.
And he actually got stabbed up there in like 72, 73. Let me show you.
That's a long time ago, Slu like. He couldn't even remember who was in the Slu like. I'm just fucking around, man. You know.
Anything you want to put on record, Stone, let me know. This is it right now.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I'm good to go, man. I done really spoke more than I done got loose as motherfucker.
So this is Chucky. You getting shot at Crenshaw in '73. Chucky Madison, 11th grade. Reported a good condition of the So he was up there with you.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that's a whole different kind of clique. For me, it don't have no bearing to me because I was just starting up. You know what I mean?
So
I wouldn't even, I don't know what we was.
So Magnificent Seven and Cutes and all them wasn't on deck? They was already gone by the time you
No,
came?
they was on deck. Cutes used to come, when I hit Horseman, Cutes used to come up there with the two-tone leather coat and the two-tone Dutch boy hat. And his brother Rusty, them, I knew Cutes them. You know what I'm saying? They older than me, but I knew them. You know what I mean? Rigged them. I used to stand up for and just watch. You know, I knew all of them. You know, as a matter of fact, I ain't gonna even tell that story about a situation with one of their friends. You know what I mean?
You don't gotta tell it.
Yeah, but you know, I had a squabble at Crenshaw. I mean, at Horace Man with a nigga in the 9th grade. I was whooping him. You know what I mean? And Rusty them see me whooping him, a 7th grader whooping their folks. And they pushed me up against the wall, put an umbrella up my nose, because they don't know me, and I got a Texas accent. So, you know, I was holding back, because I see all these niggas want to pack me out anyway, but I'm just showing this dude that I can get you. And then when they put me up against the wall, the umbrella right here on my nose, Rusty put the umbrella like right here. And Margie Clark come on now, ooh, that's Alex's brother, leave her handsome alone, whoop, 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 right? And then I seen, what happened was, dude had hit me, I hit him, and I'm in the 7th grade. So I went to talk to C-Dub. C-Dub told Craig Jefferson and Craig Long them that this nigga was fucking with him. So he went and told Rusty them that I'm trying to get him jumped on. I'm walking, I get a tap on the shoulder, and hit me in my eye, bow. So I'm like crying, I'm in 7th grade, this motherfucker. So then when he come around, I said, well, shit. We at the nutrition, he want to get him up because he think he can whoop the 7th grader. So I'm working him, right? But I'm conscious of what's around me. So I'm working him. I ain't giving it to him like I can really give it to him. I'm holding back a little bit. But Rusty and them see me get me, and you know what I mean. They want to save face, so they step in, push me up against the wall, and put that umbrella up my nose, like right here. And Marty Clark them called it down. But then after I shook that, I'm crying like a motherfucker, new man, because I'm hot. I can't really do shit. And then the word got around to Ray Pace, my brother. Everybody ripped them, all them people like that. That's Alex's brother. Motherfucker, like, y'all gotta give him a head up fight. I ain't had no more problems after that.
Did your older brother join the set?
My brother Alex, yeah, he was from the set. Yeah.
What they call your brother?
AJ.
Okay.
Ajax, AJ. Alex, you know what I mean? He ain't never, my brother wasn't one of the ones that had named just AJ like that. He was, you know what I mean? Him and Rick used to ride the 67. My brother he was from there, but he was more of a player, low rider kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? But he used to go to the function with us. You know, he from there. You know, if you get out of line, it's good. If he got to go gun, he gonna do all that. But that wasn't his stilo. You know what I mean?
Hey Rick, what are you up to nowadays, man? In 2021, man.
Driving trucks.
You going coast to coast with it?
Coast to coast, baby. Only way to roll.
What you driving?
Freightliner, Cascadia, 10 speed.
Any incidents on the roads?
Yeah, several. Several. But by the grace of God, I'm still here.
That's right.
By the grace of God, I'm still here.
Any conclusions, Stone?
What kind of conclusions, man? I'm just an old bull out there in the pasture, man. You know, all I do is play poker and do my thing, man. Still do me, you know what I mean? Roll solo, bolo, do what I need to do to stay on top of what I need to stay on top of.
How did we fall out with the Hoover, Stone?
Well, I mean,
from what you know,
from my interpretation, I think one of the Hoovers killed Greg at Crenshaw, but I could be wrong. But then, like again, you know, they was closer to the you had Eight Tray Hoovers, which we was cool with, but they was closer to the Eight Trays, and they kind of picked sides. And then plus we was down with the East Coasters, you know what I mean? And the Hoovers and the East Coasters was kind of like beef, you know what I mean? So I can't tell you exactly how we started, but I know it was kind of like trending for that. There was already a couple of little issues, because I was staying on Hoover and 71st for years, me and my brother now. And before I got there, it was a situation they were saying that something happened with Battle, but I was in the feds. I don't know where I was at that particular time, but it had nothing to do with us. You know what I mean? And, you know, I mean, and then like in the 80s, the city just started dividing, because like, when I was coming up, we was cool with everybody, boys, Crips. But then the city just started dividing and picking sides. Whether it was because you went to school with them or because they hung out closer to you. You know what I mean? But we were just picking up a lot of enemies. You know what I mean? And then, you know.
You said we was close with the East Coast. What East Coast were we functioning with back then?
Back then, the 6'8", 6'9", the 6 deuces, the 6-pack.
And they was already East Coast at that time?
Yeah. They hood older than ours.
The original neighborhood.
Yeah, they
the original.
Yeah.
You give 6 Deuce the original neighborhood?
They said it was the 8-9.
6 Deuce East Coast.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's what I thought too. But I heard one of their documentaries. They were talking about the 8-9s.
Yeah, was
the original. Because I remember when we went and had that big meeting with the 7-6s. That was in about 75, 76 at the park over there off of
Washington Park.
Yeah, we had
Firestone.
Firestone. We had a big meeting. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
wait a minute, they was already East Coast Crip in 75, or they was East Side Crip?
They was 7-6 East Coast.
No, they was East Side.
Or they was his neighborhood Crip at that time?
No, they was
Shack Boys.
No.
They was 7-6. I know we had that function one because the sheriff station.
7-6 Shack Boys.
No, 7-6 Shack Boys.
I thought they turned East Coast around 78-ish.
It could have been.
They turned East Coast when Raymond died. That's what that was about.
That was like.
So when y'all was functioning with them, they weren't East Coast at that time.
They was East Side, but they ended up being 7-6 because I know we went to that park off of NATO. You know, me, facing with a bunch of us at that park.
Roosevelt Park.
Yeah. So we had a little function with them back then. You know, because like I was saying in the beginning, we was building a brand. You know what I mean? So some of us that was out there making that brand, marketing that brand, for lack of a better word, you know what I'm saying? We went places. Everybody didn't go everywhere. You know what I mean? But now they benefited off of us putting that brand out there. You know what I mean? And then the function with us, you had to be down. You had to dress down. And you got to stay down.
So let me ask you something. Babyface is our connection to the East Coast?
Babyface is the key to everything. You know, I mean, as far as the other hood, I mean, you know, I ain't taking that away from nobody else. You know what I mean? But far as for me, you know what I mean? I know functioning with him, you know, we went places everybody didn't go. Ask Rip, he'll tell you the same thing. Everybody didn't go everywhere. See, everybody from the hood didn't go to the long table. See, we're all the leaders in the hood today. Everybody didn't go to different hoods. You know, they might have some friends that they go, but we went over there for a specific reason, which was to show us our brand. You know what I'm saying?
Slu, I heard you guys had a cousin from Six Deuce. Is that true?
From Brim?
No, Six Deuce East Coast.
No,
No?
He's from Six Deuce Brim. I got a son from Six Deuce Brim and a nephew from Six Deuce Brim.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. What was Face's connection to the East Coast? Is that some jailhouse shit?
Well, it was growing the brand. Everybody knew, you know what I mean? Like, when you growing the brand, you got to function with, Crips was fucking with Crips. So where he met him at, I don't know. But I know we used to go to Bethune in his Slu wagon or in Rick 7 and meet with people. We used to go meet with the Hoovers. When that shit with Moo and them happened up in Washington, when that issue, we was up there, we used to go everywhere. Ladera Park on Sundays. I mean, wherever it was, you know, Dennis Johnson, whatever. You know, we used to function. We used to go. We had to build that brand. You know what I'm saying?
That kind of makes sense why Face backed up once all this Crip on Crip shit started, because he was sitting here putting it all together, and then the homies just blew that shit wide open.
Well, I don't know about the homies blowing it open, but it's just like this shit just evolved. Cause see, look, just like now, you have a bunch of emotional people. Emotional people do irrational things, you know what I'm saying? You don't think it through. And then once you do something, you can't take it back. You know what I mean? You can try all you want to. Like, we tried to fix it with the 8 trays. You know what I'm saying? And then today, I still got partners that's from that. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, there's situations where I know I done got passes where people done seen me and I didn't even see them and didn't do me. You know, and likewise, I done gave a lot of other people passes. You know what I mean? But we was still functioning. Like I said, I had a dope spot on 67th in Normandy. Nelson had one on 73rd in Normandy, and that was during the 80s, 84, 85. You know what I mean? Monster pulled up to the spot one time, seeing me and Ronnie Pace standing out there. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got out of jail, I didn't. My brome was on crates in the backyard. So now I had to walk down Florence from Hoover all the way to the hood. I'm gambling, but I'm like, nigga, fuck it. I ain't waiting on this bus to take too long. So I don't know. I can't say if somebody would have seen me, they would have tried to chip me. I know I would like to think Crazy D and them was cool. I would even like to think Monster might have gave me a pass. I don't know. But I see, I used to function with a lot of them on 71st. I used to gamble with 8 Ball, Slow Fold. I used to hang out over there a lot. Devil them. Matter of fact, I know Devil wrestled a gun out of Rayford hand one time. Rayford was going to get me. You know what I'm saying? He caught me slipping on 11th Ave in Florence. You know what I'm saying?
Gave you a pass.
Yeah, he wrestled a gun out of his hand.
Let me ask you
I was like, man, what was that about? He's like, nigga, Rayford didn't do you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but that's just the same thing, too. When I had my dope spot, I seen Hunchy, this 4 Mumbles get killed. I see Hunchy and Preacher walking down 67. We deep in my spot, but I wouldn't let the little homies do nothing to him.
Big Mumbles in the lead G. Even enemies don't wanna rumble with the man seat. Catch them in the street with Keita rockin' Petey Whack, knowing that they strap on the humble, but they bring heat. OG, 6-star general, hoodster from the hood. Highly respected, he is a legend, it's understood. Rollin 60s, one of the most violent. Record shop on their enemies, got them bodies piling.
You know what I mean? They was wearing, and they had on blue rag capes. They was going down there to fuck with the 6-7 hustles. They was 6-7 neighborhood. They was 6-7 hustles. Then 6-7, I gave him. To this day, he don't know that. You know what I mean? But if I have a conversation with him, I bet he'll remember the day he was walking down 67 with that blue rag cape. Him and a preacher, they both had blue rag capes walking down the street. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you something about Face and Rick's relationship. Would you consider those two best friends at that time?
Yeah, that was 2 things. You know what I mean?
What kind of person was a teenage Big Rick? If you could describe Rick.
A good bully, a happy-go-lucky bully that was a gunner. You know what I'm saying? A squabbler. You know what I'm saying? Just a good dude. He looked out for us. But if you was the wrong guy, he going in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? You know, him and my brothers was real cool. I was cool with him. You know what I'm saying? Big Rick was just one of them guys. Like, we used to manipulate him. We was little niggas. We'd be selling grass at the party, and instead of selling weed, his weed would be like, Rick. He said, your weed ain't no good. Rick, get on. And it's cool. Rick make him smoke and shit like that. But Rick was a good dude, man.
Oh, so Rick was a hustler back then.
Yeah, he was a hustler. He had the pimped out Cadillac, getting us money. We always hustled. We always used to burglarize and jack. We always used to get money. It wasn't like money. I mean, we was rough hustlers, man. We go and get it.
Let me ask you something. Why are we tied to the Coolie Coos? Why does our name come up all the way in Inglewood?
Because Face and them lived on Freeman. The Coolie Coos was Face used to stay at a motel right down on Yukon, off of Century. Used to be selling joints of weed and water back then. And the Coolie Coos was just a spot where niggas used to get their bread. So when Face and Rick them started, and then we were still trying to put our foot down in Inglewood, like around Morningside. This before the Crenshaw Mafia got dominated. So we had a couple of people over there claiming Crip, Mike them and all them that stayed off Century. And that was just another thing, another area where Face hung out that we started gravitating to because Rick was over there. You know what I mean? And then like Sleep from Eight Tray used to be over there too, and Smokey. I think that was who over there, but it was like kind of like a water spot where you sell your water, whatever.
So any Crip with the sack can go over there and sell their water?
Not any Crip. You have to be a real nigga. Ain't no anybody going nowhere back there, not with us around, because you're going to get knocked out or you're going to get your pockets shook. You know what I mean? But it eventually became the 10 Deuce Raymonds. You know what I'm saying? But this is before all that jumped off.
Slu, why did Pops move from 10th Avenue to Inglewood? What was that about?
No, what it was, we moved from 10th Avenue to over in Manchester and Menlo with my moms after they separated. Then we moved to the jungles. Okay? From the jungles, we got the house shot up over there.
I was about to ask you, the founders of the 60s was living in the jungles?
Yeah. Sneaking home. Sneaking home.
And then from the jungles, where'd y'all land?
From the jungles, we went to Inglewood. No, excuse me. From the jungles, Pops had a duplex on 11th Avenue. 11th Avenue, right off of 60th. And we went into that. We put all three of us into a duplex. That didn't last too long.
Oh, he just gave his three boys a duplex and let y'all do y'all thing?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It sure was, but it didn't last too long.
You guys never landed on Victoria?
No.
Face was never on Victoria?
Oh, yeah, later on in the 90s. This was like in the 80s, 90s.
What about Fox Hills? Didn't you guys land in Fox Hills too?
Yeah.
During the 1980s, a newspaper article cited the officers of LAPD's South Bureau Crash Unit as saying the Rollin 60s, perhaps the most violent black gang in the city, controlled everything from Western Avenue to Fox Hills Mall, from Slauson Avenue South to Florence.
Our Pops had an apartment up there, gave us that apartment, moved out.
What years were y'all in Fox Hills?
We was in Fox Hills, and what year was that Cadillac? 72? 72.
72? That's kind of early.
72, 73, yeah.
But y'all was on 10th Ave those same years.
Yeah, but we didn't stay there. We didn't stay there a long time. We left 10th Avenue, went to, why did we stay in Fox Hill? We was just getting in the truck. Oh no, after we left 11th Avenue, the duplex is over there. He came, we used to throw ditching parties there. And he popped up one day and we passed out drunk, women there, and came in, weed, beer bottles, and he told us, woke me up, you guys get everybody up and get them up out of here, pack your stuff, and bring it up to the house. And so he moved us up there to Fox Hills.
Let me ask you something. Most kids go bad when Pops ain't in their life. It seemed like Pops fucked with you guys.
Yeah.
And you guys still went left.
Yeah.
What's that about?
I can't explain that. You know, we had stores, man. He put each one of us in a store at a market.
Yeah, what was the one y'all had up there on the Brea?
Oh, that was a barbecue stand.
Barbecue
Put us in
stand.
there.
Oh, so Pops was a businessman.
Yeah.
Multiple businesses.
Didn't he have a call out on Normandy?
No, he had that brake shop on Normandy.
Yeah, the brake.
He had the brake shop on Normandy.
He had the brake shop on Normandy next to where Raymond Potts used to live at. Off of 65th.
64, yeah, between 64 and 65.
Yeah.
So hold on a minute. Pops fucked with y'all. Pops was a businessman, and y'all still chose the street life.
I got a little bit of it, both. I know the business. The business and accounting, bookkeeping, taxes.
Where's Pops at now?
Deceased.
When did he pass?
Passed in 2016, I'm sorry.
Out here or in Missouri?
In Missouri. He moved back there.
He moved back. When did he move back?
He's been back there about a year. Moved back there in 2015.
Oh, wow. Why did he move back?
That's a good question. He wanted to be around his sister, be around family. And to be honest, I think he knew his time was coming. And he said he wanted to be buried back there.
Yeah. How old was he when he passed?
80.
He lived a cool life.
Yeah.